During the Arabic khutbah, I talk about the occasion of today, the Dhikr al-Istishhad, the day of martyrdom of Imam Musa ibn Ja'far alayhi salam. But in the second khutbah, I would like to talk about a happy occasion, and that is Yawm al-Mab'ath. And to say congratulations on Al-Mab'ath al-Nabawi al-Sharif, this coming Sunday, June 17th, 27th of Rajab, the day that the communication between the earth and the heaven started, and the greatest angel of Allah, Gabriel, was sent to the Holy Prophet in the month of Hira, in the city of Mecca, to declare that he was the messenger of God, Ya Muhammad anta Rasulullah, and to give him the first 5 verses of Surah Al-Alaq. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Iqra' bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. خلق الإنسان من علق. اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. علم الإنسان ما لا يعلم. These were the first 5 verses of Revelation, and it was the explosion of light in the month of Hira on 27th of Rajab. لقد من الله على المؤمنين إذ بعث فيهم رسولا من أنفسهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين. This explosion of light, and this is a great favor from Allah to humanity, to send this man to do the mission of يزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة. When they asked Rasulullah to explain to us in a simple language, what is your mission? The answer was, إنما بعثت لأتمم مكارم الأخلاق. I was sent to complete the mission of makarim, moral values. That means all the previous prophets, they came for the same thing, makarim al-akhlaq. But Khatam al-Anbiya was sent to utammim, to complete that journey that already started by the previous messengers. عليكم بمكارم الأخلاق فإن ربي بعثني بها. My Lord sent me to invite you to the noble values. And the Imam Sadiq alayhi salam said, إن الله عز وجل أدب نبيه فأحسن أدبه فلما أكمل له الأدب قال إنك لعلى خلق عظيم. Allah raised this man and established in his soul makarim al-akhlaq, moral values. And when he completed that moral character, Allah said, you are great. Your personality, your ethical character is great. Yes, brothers and sisters, we live in a world that suffers from lack of moral order. There's no such a thing as moral discipline in its complete dimensions. We and the whole human community are in need of a moral discipline that demonstrated by this man, as this world is suffering from darkness of moral destruction. The question is whether we follow our determination or our desires, our aql or our temptation, our conscience or our emotions. So the Prophet, peace be upon him, came to introduce to us the concept of Al-Jihad Al-Akbar. How we can win this war. But before that, Allah told him that you yourself have to go through this experience. خُذِ الْعَفْوَ وَأْمُرْ بِالْعُرْفِ وَأَعْرِضْ عَنِ الْجَاهِلِينَ. A forgiving prophet. A prophet who invites to what is right. And he is not distracted with the problem made by al-jahilin. أَعْرِضْ عَنِ الْجَاهِلِينَ. After he finished his journey, Allah says, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. Now, I introduce to you this moral model, أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. Your moral model is Muhammad, peace be upon him. Follow him. Because when we look at all kinds of diseases, global diseases, ignorance, poverty, racism, war, violence, oppression, occupation, all influenced by human greed, human arrogance, and human ego and selfishness. That means all caused with lack of makarim al-akhlaq. And this is why the world is in need of Prophet Muhammad, because the world is in need of makarim al-akhlaq. As long as we need makarim al-akhlaq, we need Rasulullah, we need the Quran and the Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. Yes, look at the poverty, for example, in the world. It doesn't have necessary financial and economic reasons. It has also big moral reasons for poverty in the world. You know the number of people who suffer from hunger every day in this world? Almost 1 billion people. That means every night, 1 out of every 7 persons go to bed hungry. But look at this. How much food is wasted in the world every year? 1.3 billion tons of food are wasted, while 1 billion people are hungry. There's something wrong here. We heard about 13 million people in Somalia because of war and because of drought just a couple of years ago, but the problem is bigger than that. Even in the United States, despite of food stamps and free food, and all this attention to kids and milk and all these free materials, but still there are millions of people who struggle every day for basic needs. Haven't you seen or probably heard that people are moving back and forth, searching the garbage cans to find some food to eat? This is a reality even in an advanced country like United States. Yeah, but in the same country that we have these struggles, I was reading that more than $50 billion are spent every year just to feed the cats and dogs. Yeah, $50 billion spent for pets in this country each year. Not to say that the animal should die out of hunger, but the point is that look at the human suffering, even here in this neighborhood. And then you see this lack of balance when it comes to human morality. If the world was under makarim al-akhlaq, we wouldn't have all these problems. As a matter of fact, the journal Nature, the magazine, just recently said that the biggest news of 2012 would not be like election here, election there, or Iran nuke, or European financial crisis. The most important news of this year would be the damages to environment and the damages and destruction to this planet, that in decades this planet and its population may get to the point of no return. You can already see so many cities in the world that they are suffering too much pollution, too much smoke. Sometimes the whole city is closed for the whole day because the kids cannot go to school because of pollution, because of damage in the environment. How we can bring makarim al-akhlaq to the world, how we can promote moral values. Some philosophers, they said we can do it through aql al-insan. Human being has intellect. Intellect is a big guide, is a big light. Yes, أول ما خلق الله العقل. First of all, aql is a gift from God. When you say God, aql, don't try to deny God, because aql is still coming from God. But it's not enough. There are some philosophers, like the German philosopher Kant, said that human conscience, al-wujdan al-akhlaqi, can bring these moral values. No doubt, the Quran says, قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها فلا أقسم بالنفس اللوامة. There is conscience there. But conscience by itself could not. It failed to bring all these moral values to the world. There is another idea like the Socrates, the traditional, the past philosophers. They said if you bring education, you can bring moral values. علموهم وكفى. If you educate them, it's enough. We know that science is not enough. Ilm is not enough. The Quran mentions ilm next to al-iman. يرفع الله الذين آمنوا منكم والذين أوتوا العلم درجات. Al-iman and ilm together. قال الذين أوتوا العلم والإيمان. The knowledge, the science comes with faith. That makes it stronger. One is not enough. So we need makarim al-akhlaq from a higher source. And this is why we have al-mab'at al-nabawi. For the Prophet to come and say, عليكم بمكارم الأخلاق وإن من مكارم الأخلاق أن يعفو الرجل عن من ظلمه ويعطي من حرمه ويسأل من قطعه. Are you ready to forgive someone who hurt you? Are you ready to give to someone who deprived you? Are you ready to humble yourself and connect with someone who separated from you? This is makarim al-akhlaq. He brought the message of ta'awanu ala al-birr wa taqwa wa la ta'awanu ala al-ithmi wal-udwan. Cooperation based on righteousness, not based on the evil of selfishness. And one of the companions asked, Ya Rasulullah, how do I know that what is al-birr wa taqwa and what is al-ithmi wal-udwan? 3 times he said, Ya Wabisa. His name was Wabisa. استفت قلبك استفت قلبك استفت قلبك. Return to your heart. Return to your soul. If you return to your soul, somehow you can figure out what is right and what is wrong, what is udwan and what is love. You can understand. أحبب لغيرك ما تحب لنفسك واكره ما تكره لنفسك. Are you ready to love for other what you love for yourself and dislike for other what you dislike for yourself? استفت قلبك. Yes, he came to bring مكارم الأخلاق, to tell us إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. He came to bring us the message of مكارم الأخلاق. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اجتنبوا كثيرا من الظن إن بعض الظن إثم ولا تجسسوا ولا يغتب بعضكم بعضا أيحب أحدكم أن يأكل لحم أخيه ميتا فكرهتموه واتقوا الله إن الله التواب الرحيم. O people who call yourself al-mu'minun, يا أيها الذين آمنوا, those of you who get mad if somebody says you are not mu'min. Are you serious about your faith? Don't have su'udhan. Don't have tajassus. And don't backbite and do gossip. Do not gossip and backbiting. أَيُحِبُّ أَحَدَكُمْ. Any of you likes to eat the dead body of his brother or her brother? Subhanallah. What kind of definition? Anybody is ready to go to the cemetery and open a grave and start eating a dead body which is filthy and dirty and smelling, who is ready to do that? Especially if that dead body is your brother. Are you ready to have a barbecue over the body of the dead body of your brother? This is what Allah is talking about. Do you enjoy that? If you enjoy gossip, that means that is enjoyable. It's the same joy. How much are you ready for that? This Muallim of Makarim al-Akhlaq said, Al-ghibatu ashaddu min az-zina is worse than adultery. How bad adultery is that? Backbiting is even worse than that. Wow. And what is backbiting? Is to tell the truth. Yeah, even if you are telling the truth about someone, but by telling the truth about someone you are hurting that someone, that is ghiba. But la samahallah, if you are even lying, that's even much worse. If what you are saying is not even true, then that's not ghiba, that is a tuhma. 1,000 times worse than al-ghiba, and ghiba is worse than zina and adultery. These are makarim al-akhlaq that we are hearing from the Muallim. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يُحِبُّونَ أَن تَشِيعَ الْفَاحِشَةَ فِي الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا لَهُمْ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. Wow! Allah is saying لَهُمْ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. Painful punishment for those who are spreading al-fahisha. That means that the fahisha already exists, not that they made it up. No. Even if there is fahisha, that means something devil, something evil, something bad about someone, but we spread it. That is adabun alim. What if there is no fahisha and somebody make a fahisha out of no fahisha? You can imagine what would be punishment for that. Subhanallah. Yes. The teacher of the Quran says, لا يحب الله الجهر بالسوء إلا من القول إلا من ظلم. The only time that you can tell the truth about something that happened to you, if you are madloom, if you were hurt, if someone hurt you, and that is the truth that you are madloom, then you can cry. That is the exception. So there is a balance between what is ghiba and what is not. So brothers and sisters, the Prophet said, I came for makarim al-akhlaq. إنما الأمم الأخلاق ما بقيت فإن ذهبت فإنهم ذهبت أخلاقهم ذهبوا. If akhlaq is gone, the society is destroyed. And Prophet Muhammad himself in action was the model of this morality when he liberated Mecca. And Sa'd ibn Ubadah stood and raised his hand and he said, Al-yawm yawm al-malhama. Prophet said, be silent. Al-yawm yawm al-marhama. He said, now we are liberating Mecca. Today is the day of retaliation and revenge. Prophet said, be quiet. Today is the day of love and compassion. This is our leader. This is our example, brothers and sisters. Our leaders of akhlaq are the one, the Prophet, who heard that someone gave water to a thirsty dog in desert. He said, Shakar Allahu lahu wa adkhalahu al-jannah. Allah is grateful to this guy who watered a thirsty dog in desert, and he may go to heaven because of that one loving action, not towards a human being, but even to an animal. And then after the Prophet, Imam Ali is talking about makarim al-akhlaq. لو كنا لا نرجو جنة ولا نخشى نارا ولا ثوابا ولا إغابا لكان ينبغي لنا أن نطالب من مكارم الأخلاق فإنها مما تدل على سبل النجاة. Even if we did not believe in heaven and hell, no punishment and no reward, still we had to establish makarim al-akhlaq, moral values in our life, regardless of heaven and hell. Because that is the way of being successful in your life, to follow the moral values. And it was not only in talk, but in action. Imam Ali said, لَيْسَ الْجَمَالُ وَأَثْبَابٍ تُزَيِّنُنَا إِلَّا الْجَمَالِ جَمَالُ الْعَقْلِ وَالْأَدَبُ. Our beauty is not just a beauty of our clothes, but the beauty of our courtesy. ليس اليتيم الذي قد مات والده إن اليتيم يتيم العلم والأدب. The real orphan is not the one who lost his parents, but the one who lost makarim al-akhlaq, the one who lost courtesy and moral character. That is the real poor. I told you already about how many people are hungry in this world and how much food is wasted every day. Now look at makarim al-akhlaq of Amir al-Mu'mineen. هيهات هيهات أن يغلبني هواي ويقودني جشعي إلى تخير الأطعمة ولعل بالحجاز أو اليمامة من لا تمل له في القرص ولا أهدى له بالشام. He said, how can I eat and get full and go to my bed while I live in Kufa, I live in Iraq, but somewhere in Hijaz or Yemen tonight might be somebody hungry. How can we be honored with this kind of leadership and this kind of akhlaq? Yes, يا ابن حنيف لقد بلغني أن رجلا من فتية أهل البصرة دعاك إلى مأدبة فأسرعت إليها تستطاب لك الألوان وتنقل إليك الجفان وما ظننت أنك تجيب إلى طعام قوم عائلهم مكشوف وغنيهم مدعوف. He is criticizing the governor of Basra that I heard you participated in a dinner that you were not supposed to participate. What was wrong with that dinner? Was alcohol served? No, nothing haram. He said that was not a right place because the poor were rejected. Only the wealthy and rich were invited. You were not supposed as the governor of Ali to participate in that. Look at the makarim al-akhlaq in Imam himself. وَلَقَدْ أَمُرَّ عَلَى اللَّئِيمِ يَسُبُّنِي فَمَضَيْتُ ثمة قلت لا يعنيني وذي سفه يواجهني بجهل وأكره أن أكون له مجيبا يزيد سفاهة وأزيد حلما كعود زاد في الإحراق التيبا. I wish I had time to explain the beauty of this bayan and expression of the akhlaq and moral character of Ahlul Bayt and Amir al-Mu'mineen. Look at makarim al-akhlaq in Sahifa Sajjadiyya. I hope one day I start talking about this. I spent the whole month of Ramadan a few years ago focusing on makarim al-akhlaq in Sahifa Sajjadiyya. These are our real teachers of morality. Fatima Zahra alayha salam, finally she hired Fidda as khadima, as a servant. He said, Fidda, you work one day and the next day, I want you take a break and you rest, I work. And the day you work, I get busy with some other job that I have to do. So one day work, one day off, and we replace. This is the akhlaq, this is the makarim of Ahlul Bayt, brothers and sisters, the real companions of the Prophet. يؤثرون على أنفسهم ولو كان بهم خصاصة. In one of the battles, there were 3 soldiers, Muslim soldiers, so thirsty. Somebody had some water in his hand, took it to the first soldier. He said, take the water, you are thirsty. Your body is full of blood, you are so thirsty in this weather. And he said that the brother next to me might be more thirsty. Take it to him. The second soldier said, the one after me, that might be more deserving. He didn't take the water. He took back to the first one. He died. The second one died. The third one died. All of them died. And none of them drank the water out of sacrifice, out of caring for another mu'min. What happened to this culture and so much selfishness in this world? The Prophet said, من أصبح لا يهتم بأمور المسلمين فليس بمسلم. Somebody who says everything just for me and no care for anyone else, فَلَيْسَ بِمُسْلِمٍ. Don't say that you are Muslim if you are careless. فَلَيْسَ بِمُسْلِمٍ. This is the Prophet, he says, فَلَيْسَ بِمُسْلِمٍ. This person is not. We are facing so many challenges in the world, brothers and sisters. But we cannot win those wars if we are not winning مكارم الأخلاق. مرحبا بقوم قضوا الجهاد الأصغر وَبَقَى عَلَيْهِمْ الْجِهَادُ الْأَكْبَرُ. The real jihad al-akbar, the real big battle is the internal one. If we can win to establish the moral values in our soul and in our life. Something that this world totally lacked that. Just this Wednesday, Shimon Peres in the White House got the highest civilian honor, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. What kind of morality is this? That Shimon Peres deserves to get the highest Medal of Freedom from the president of this country, just to say two words that can help Obama in the election, to say Obama policy in Iran is something that we support. Just for him to say one sentence and bring the Jewish votes, Obama had to do all this process. Yes, he is a president who comes from Israel and he deserves the Medal of Freedom. Did you forget that Jimmy Carter, just a few years ago, when he went to Gaza and he visited the Gaza, he said, I'm crying, I have to hold back my tears. Wow, the President of the United States has to hold his tears when he looked at what kind of destruction happened in Gaza, and he said, I have seen this has been deliberately destroyed by the bombs from F-16 made in my country and delivered to Israel. I particularly feel that I'm responsible for this, and all Americans are responsible. He said, I see the citizens of Gaza are treated more like animals than human beings. They kill even the cattle, the birds. Even 2 days ago, I heard in the news that the people in Gaza don't have even a right drinking water. Forget about food. They cannot have a shelter because even they cannot receive cement, because even cement, based on the Israeli interpretation, is a strategic weapon. They cannot use even cement in this country. And you bring the president of such an occupation and oppression and giving him the highest medal of freedom, while even the Jews, like this Professor Papi, says that our sacred duty to end the oppressive occupation and to prevent another Nakba. In 1948, they destroyed 80% of Palestine through ethnic cleansing, and then in 1973, they got another 20% and occupied the rest of it. They came even to Beirut in 1982, you remember? Many of us remember. And Sayyid al-Muqawwim just a few days ago was talking about this, that they were in Beirut. And he said, we received in 2006, in 33 days, Lebanon got more bombs from Israel than all the wars between Israel and the Arabs. They put more bombs in Lebanon than all this wars in the last 64 years. But then they could learn some lesson. Now, then finally went to Syria, and they are talking about freedom in Syria. Yeah, if he gets the freedom model from here, that kind of freedom and democracy you are talking in Syria, I agree with Sayyid al-Muqawwim that he said that it is not about reform al-Islah fi Syria. It's not about destruction of the government of Bashar Assad. It is more than that. They want to destroy Syria as a country and make it weak. If they really care about Islah, why they rejected any dialogue and any conversation and any communication? What happened that now in Syria, Al-Qaeda became freedom fighters. Oh, the same Qaeda that are bad in New York, but now they became good in Syria. And the same Al-Qaeda who killed tens and tens of innocent people in Qadimiyya and other parts of the Iraq just 2 days ago, before the Dhikra Istishhad Musa ibn Ja'far alayhi salam, all these criminal and terrorists became popular and became freedom fighters in a war that lacks makarim al-akhlaq, in a war that doesn't care about anything called moral excellence. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that, wait, all those people, Al Jazeera, Al Arabiya, Al Ibriya, the media and the money of Saudi and Qatar, and their military is used to destroy these innocent people. When they destroyed La samahallah, the resistance, they are going to be taken care of. Those people who are using their money, their media, their military to destroy the madlumin, when they are done with that job, they come back to Saudi, they come back to Qatar, and they are going to take care of them when they finish this job. But they are foolish enough not to understand this. Not to understand that Allah said, فَأَمَّا الزَّبَدُ فَيَذْهَبُ جُفَاءً وَأَمَّا مَا يَنْفَعُ النَّاسِ فَيَمْكُثُ فِي الْأَرْضِ. Let us say Surah Al-Fatiha على أرواح الشهداء في زينبية في دمشق وأرواح الشهداء in Iraq and any other places that the madlumin are under oppression and justice. بعد الصلوات على محمد وآل محمد.